And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Put your thumbs up and say it's Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo, Tickety Boo, everything's Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo, son. Tickety Boo.
Tickety Boo.
Hello and welcome back to Tickety Boo. Did you know that in a recent survey, 75% of adults admitted they still don't feel like a proper grown up? That's 3/4 of the people around you paying mortgages, raising kids, doing their job, making actual decisions that affect other people's lives, still quietly waiting to feel like they know what they're doing. So when does this feeling kick in? That feeling of having it all together? Right, before we start, have you figured it out yet? Either one of you?
No.
Thank God for that. I feel like I do know some people that have certainly look like they've got it figured out. Like for me, like future me is relying on me making sensible financial decisions about my future. I immediately think pensions. Mm-hmm. And I think pensions future, and I immediately feel like a child.
Why does it have that effect on you?
Yeah, I'm that kid in the classroom, the crowd going, I don't understand what's going on. And you're like, you need to make a decision. Yeah. It's a really important one. I jest, but you kind of get what I mean.
Yeah. Isn't that what school was supposed to be for? Like preparing us for all of this?
I know. Well, I think somewhere between school and now, we were kind of handed this picture of what adult life should look like.
And you'll be all sorted and have it all figured out.
Confident, in control. The gap between the picture and the reality is where most of us quietly live, isn't it? Like, I remember being at school and I'd walk home and I'd see my neighbours and I'd be like, wow, I want a house and a car and a garden and a dog and a job. And now I'm like, this is not how it kind of...
How they sold it to.
Yeah. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Let's kind of put it that way. So, see, like when it comes to life for you guys, where do you feel like you're winging it and you just hope that no one's noticed you winging it?
Being a mum is a bit of both, I would say.
Yeah.
I think I've reached a really good stage where I'm quite confident that whatever comes up I can handle in the moment.
Yeah. So you're not winging it there. Where do you feel like you're winging it?
Again, probably financial me could be better. Mm-hmm. I think on social media as well, having that around, we've gone from not having enough information.
It's too much.
To so much, and we don't know what parts to pick up on, like what's the best pensions out there, what's the best way to deal with our money. And
I know, and we're just here. We know there's people that can advise you and help you and all the rest of it, but then that leads into what we said on an episode not long ago about asking for help. What about you, Iona? Where do you feel like you're winging it?
Staying on top of the paperwork and all the things you're meant to be doing. And there were some things that I kind of forgot about when I got married. My ex-husband, he took care of everything. So actually when I moved back to the UK, like I was like, oh my gosh, like car tax, like how there were all these things I'd forgotten how to do because he'd been taking care of all of like those aspects. Like, and also in the time I'd been away, we'd gone from having the paper disc on the car. I'm like, how do I know when it's due? Where's the date? Yes, the information, you can find it, but there were a lot of things that I'd forgotten how to do. And I'd done them all my life as an adult. And then, so it's the paperwork and staying on top of those things, the things that have deadlines and need to get done.
It's like taxes, mortgages. What do you do when the boiler makes that noise? How do you have that difficult conversation at work? How to know when a friendship's run its course? Because we got taught algebra at school. None of this stuff.
I think one of the hardest times for me was when I was turning 40, and it wasn't because I was scared of being 40, but it was like, oh my God, like I'm not the version that I thought I would be turning 40. I was married, I was living the American dream, quite frankly. And I was just like, but I didn't feel that I had my stuff together. I didn't, like, I felt clueless. I was really freaked about turning 40. So much so that my son decorated my cake 39 and a half. Right? But it wasn't, I think, 'cause I thought I would have life figured out by the time I turned 40. I mean, I'm not worried about age now. But yeah, that was definitely like a marker. It's like, oh my gosh.
I think we do. I think we've all got milestones that we think we'll reach in life. And then you feel like we've got it. I'm an adult now. I've got it figured out. For some, that's getting married or having kids. But I don't know if it's just me.
No, it just doesn't come, does it? That moment when you think,
No, I've arrived.
yeah, I'm an adult now. No, we're always still scanning the room for the most adult in the room.
Yeah, maybe it's like when you just start wearing beige more and, you know, just doing some of the stuff you used to watch your grandparents doing. I don't know. It's just like, or are we just meant to say, you know, the inner child in us just comes out to play regardless of where we are in life? I mean, we're joking about it because I do feel that most of us we are doing this winging it. I kind of call it professionally winging it. You're not just like recklessly going, oh, what the hell kind of thing. You're sort of, or you use a phrase, fumbling forwards.
Stumbling forwards.
Yeah. But that it leads to that bigger question of, do we ever figure this out? Are we meant to?
I think there reaches a point where we're at peace with where we are. So we've come back to that. So I think then it's like not worrying anxiously about the grown-up decisions, like for you, let's say pensions, getting it sorted, then it's done, and you can park it. You don't need to stress about that, because I think another thing we do as adults when we're adulting is we also forget to have fun. We forget to play. We forget to laugh. Like, those are the things that I've had to remind myself. Someone once said to me, "Where's the rebellious Iona that we knew as a teenager?" I mean, yeah, that goes to a little extreme, but it's being carefree, and I think we can get so stuck in trying to adult, and we're like so overwhelmed by it. We've been talking about being overwhelmed previously.
Yeah. I think, you look back and you go, there was a time you went out to play with your friends for the last time. Yeah, there's the last time you kicked a ball round on the street with your mates. There's the last time you went out clubbing with your friends. There was the last time you didn't know it was the last time. It just stopped. Nobody told us.
I think about this all the time.
So do I.
You don't know the last time is going to be the last time.
Yeah, but there was nobody telling us to do that. I know we grow and we evolve and we want different things, but it's really weird, hasn't it? Where we go, it's almost like, well, I'm a grown up now, so it's all serious, and the fun stops. Like adulting, it's almost like adulting should be difficult. It shouldn't be easy. It's about struggle and it's about growth. And it's like, can we not keep the mindset of the kid kicking the ball around on the street, enjoying the journey, enjoying that moment? And
that's definitely something I've seen with clients. It's the getting them to explore and find new interests and create more of a joy in their lives. I mean, that's the secret sauce, where maybe they don't want to go clubbing anymore, but maybe you want to go and learn how to tango, or like there's finding moments and pockets of joy, going to concerts, Andy, and you've definitely started doing that again. So I think it's about, we can be adults, the adulting, but let's lighten it up a little bit.
So are we sort of saying that adulthood isn't a destination that you arrive at? It's just childhood with more bills and no adults to blame.
Yeah. It's all on you, isn't it?
It's on you. The thing is, we look at the growth because look what you can do today that you couldn't do 20 years ago. You've grown in so many ways, and you've learned about yourself, and you've been through experiences that you thought were going to break you, or you were never going to find the back of. But we never really reflect and go, okay, actually, I am more of an adult than I actually realise.
I am. How about for you, Anne? Like 20 years ago, you compared to now?
I've probably always been very serious. I could probably do with letting my hair down a little bit more and having more fun. I think having children come along, it lets you revisit that side of you a little bit. So you get to play with them, But even at that, you know,
Well, you did a very adult thing on a recent episode. You told us of a text you sent your daughter who was going
Yeah.
through a moment. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's proper adulting.
That's
well, go
adulting.
me.
Yeah.
But yeah, even when you do have those moments where you can play with your children, you are thinking in the back of your head, I've got this to do, that to do, that to do, that to do. And you're sort of, you want to be with them in the moment, but you're also got all these adult things that you have to do as well. And you're sort of clock watching and you don't want to be. But yeah, so I think you probably are a bit of both in there. Just the young self that wants to come out and play with your child, and then there's
When
your
you
adult
when you think back to, like, you know, teenage you, or even younger, forget the rebellious stages where we did stupid stuff and all the rest of it. You know, the kid that got up, wanted the latest toy or fad that was ever going on at the time. Can you still see elements of yourself, or do you feel you've just completely not that person, that person's been left behind?
Yeah, the curiosity. I've still
Yeah.
got that. And I think that's the curiosity and the ease and peace. So I played outside a lot. I grew up on a farm. But if I think about it, it's the curiosity and, oh, what if? And the looking at the possibilities. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned to bring back into my life.
I think the curiosity and the, like that, oh, I wonder what could happen. That kind of goes a little bit as you get older, which is a shame because that's amazing for your mindset. But I think I still like to sing and dance on my own. So that's when that's when I'm most,
Are you any good?
No, but that's when you'll never know. That's when I'm most like my younger self, when I'm like at home in the kitchen, I'm cooking, got the music going, and there's no one around, so I'm like,
Well, that's it. That's it, isn't it? Who are you when nobody's watching?
yeah.
Do you go back to who you were? You know, I was always into sport, outdoors, adventure, that kind of stuff. And I departed so far from that because I got too much into building a career, success, life.
Yeah.
And it's like, stuff's really important to me, and it's still really important to me. Who said we can't enjoy and have fun just because we're older now? And I think it's the reason that I want to go there is because wouldn't it be sad to get to a point where it's almost too late to recognise that?
Yeah.
You know, life is not easy at times, and, you know, the world and the environment at the moment is pretty negative. But who said that we can't have fun? Like, I'm watching you go into a different phase of your life, a different chapter. You've talked openly about, you know, the kids are a bit older, you know, they don't need so much from me. And you're now making your needs and your future more of a priority. And actually you said, you know, I've always been kind of like serious. And it's like, well, maybe actually you just allow yourself to have fun.
Well, didn't we have this conversation like 2 weeks ago? We were sitting in this very room. We said we've been working so hard. We have to have some fun.
We need to have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Do you think we'll do it?
We will.
yeah. Well, you need to schedule it, don't you? You need to plan it. Well, what I mean by that is if we don't, if you don't put it in, it doesn't happen. We just go back to what we're doing, don't we?
If it's not in my calendar, I forget. So
I know that. God, how old does that
It's the
sound?
colour code.
It's in the diary. So
If that's what it takes.
yeah.
to break the pattern,
Yes.
because we default back to be busy, do life, fun
Be
comes.
an adult.
Yeah, fun comes later.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. Whilst I've been listening to you both, I've reminded myself that I used to love to paint and draw. And when I think about the times I've done it, it's when there's been a bit more space. I mean, I went to art school, and then when I was married, I had like a room that I set up so that I could just create. And even my son's been asking, why haven't you done that? Like, I started trying to when I first moved back. So that's been over 10 years. And he keeps saying, like, when are you going to do it? I'm like, oh, I haven't really got the space to set it up. Like, I have an excuse. So I'm going to start painting again.
Watch this space.
Brilliant.
What are you going to start doing, Andy?
I actually have started doing it, and it started last year, not by design, by sheer fluke. So I was always really into music, big time into music. I had a bit of a DJing career and stuff like that. And last year on holiday, I went into a record store with a friend. We were just walking through the town. There's this great record shop with a coffee shop in there. And we're having a coffee and I'm like, oh God, vinyl. And like looking through records and finding music and stuff like that. And I went back to that store about 5 times on the holiday and bought some bits of vinyl. Then I ordered some more online. And then I got my old vinyl out and then got my decks back out. And I used to like mixing music, playing music. And I don't do it enough, but I can go in that room for an hour and a half, lose myself in music. The world just goes away. And you don't feel an age at that point. You're just in the experience. Right. You know, you're just, part of me going, come on, you're in your 50s now. You should be really out there mowing the lawn or something. Or go wash the car or something like that. I'm like, no, I want to go in there and fire some tunes out. And what that did for me, it transported me, a song would play and I'm like, oh my God, do you remember that memory and been in that place? And I need to do a lot more of that. Yeah. And I think the other thing is fun is I've got some amazing friends and spending time with them and laughing and just being carefree and doing stupid stuff. Not like we're harming anybody, just like you can just completely let your hair down and be more authentic to yourself when nobody's watching.
And what about you, Anne?
I think I'll just keep dancing for a while. just keep dancing and singing. Yeah, that definitely. There's a little young Anne inside me.
I think we need to get Anne and Ian out dancing.
Oh dear, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, it could be an interesting. So really, what we're saying in this episode is that we're just children in adults' bodies.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, and now and again, we need to remind ourselves that, you know what, we can still have fun regardless of what's going on in your life. Fun, I think, needs to become a priority.
Yeah,
definitely.
Up there with heat, light, food, fun.
Core meat.
Become your thing. So actually, I'm going to add into peace and fulfillment and fun.
Yes.
A third value gets brought into my world.
In real time.
In real time. Here. Not scripted. Hold me accountable to that.
In writing.
Okay. Well, I hope you've took something from that session. Look at your life because you know what? Regardless of what's going on, you can always find time and capacity to go back to that younger version of you you've not visited for a while and be carefree and have some fun. As always, thanks for watching and we'll catch up with you in the next episode.
Before we go, if you're going through something right now, please do talk to somebody. A friend, a family member, anyone you trust. And if you need a bit more support, contact your GP or NHS 24 on 111 or the Samaritans on 116123. They are always at the end of a phone, or alternatively, visit the Peace of Mind website. Links are in the episode description. You are not alone in this. Take care of yourselves. Catch you in the next episode.